Welcome back to the official GeekSpeak podcast. I'm your host, Sean Williams, and joined as always is my Josh. That's what it says. Joined as always is my Josh, Papyrus in bold, Rudy Rudolph. This is the podcast where we watch movies, make movies, play games, and more. What else can you ask for? I know you can ask for. You can ask for on-time recording and uploading. We should do that more often.
What do you mean? We're always on time. If you look at the timestamp, it's just like, wow, it's like no time has passed at all. They've always been here.
I'm eating a muffin.
Good for you.
Pretty much every episode, we go through a different Disney Channel original movie. Sorry, the muffin got sticky.
That's a phrase.
I meant to say dry. So pretty much every episode, we go through a different Disney Channel original movie, or DCOM, DCOM for short, and we'll see how in a short period of time, like about 20 years total, how the biggest media company on Earth caters towards slowly children with a large sample size. We'll see quality changes, etc. And today is no different. Today we're going to talk about the movie Hounded, and we'll get to that in just a minute. But it's been a minute. Our episode was originally going to be about Dune 2 a while ago, and then we're going to do Ghostbusters 4. Technically,
Yes.
But also we didn't. So what happened was I moved apartments and also started a new job. It is basically an on-call job, so I don't really have a ton of good schedule time right now. But I'm making it work, and we're gonna make it work going forward. And I apologize again for the delays. But Josh, we're here. We're doing it again.
We're talking into mics. You know it. You love it. You tolerate it.
That's probably more likely. Okay, so. Well, before we get into our discussion of the movie Hounded, the DCOM for today, let's talk about movie releases. Lots happened. We got movie Civil War. We got Kung Fu Panda 4. That's rhymed. Love Lies Bleeding. Dune 2 Electric Boogaloo. Ricky Stenicki. Spaceman. Monkey Man. A lot of mans here. Immaculate. Roadhouse. Ghostbusters Frozen New York City. Godzilla X Kong. The New Whatever. And others came out. Like The First Omen, right?
Yeah, The First Omen was one of them. Hold on, I have Letterboxd open because I'm a professional and I know things. The First Omen, Abigail, and Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare.
What do you think was the highlight of that time? Oh, also, for the general public, they finally released Hundreds of Beavers publicly for digital.
You all need to watch this immediately. Spend the money. You will not regret it. We will be doing an episode on this very soon, hopefully. It is one of a kind. There truly is nothing else like it.
I got to see Hundreds of Beavers, that sounds like I'm just making a weird joke. It's like a setup to a knocked out joke or something. No, I got to see the movie Hundreds of Beavers in theaters with the director, producer, and star all in the theater doing a talkback afterward. And I kid you not, the star of the movie then fought someone in a beaver costume in front of us and body slammed them. It was incredible. And that makes no sense without seeing the movie, but trust me, it will, and it's amazing and hilarious. Josh got to see it in the theater too, though.
One of the greatest cinematic experiences of my life. That film was incredible. I cannot wait to talk about it.
Or talk for it, We're hyping it up. It's fine.
Ooh, I will be right back. There's some Coke on the counter for me. And yes, I did phrase it that way purposefully.
We're doing great. Muffins. It's jazz time once again. The jazziest time of the year.
You're really back on doing this whole jazz scenario again.
I started it for 1 second and you walked right back during it. Joshua?
Yes.
You know why I called you Papyrus in bold today?
Oh, I'm very aware of why you called me that.
Oh, that was an interesting sketch, I will say. I didn't like that it was a healing journey at first, but it was pretty good. I liked it.
The journey of that sketch is fantastic. SNL is in such a weird place where, like, sometimes, like the Ryan Gosling episode, they will hit so many fantastic highs, but then some other episodes, they will just, like, nothing will work. It's bizarre. But hey, this was a great episode.
So, let's talk about our DCOM today. Hounded. I watched this the night before we were supposed to record, and then we didn't record, so I had no notes.
I watched it over a month ago.
For reference here, we last recorded an episode February 24th. That is 2 months ago tomorrow. Josh, what is the plot of Hounded?
So you got Boy, and Boy, he's smart.
Boy?
Yes, boy. Yeah, boy. He's smart, boy. But if he doesn't win this election that's going to happen, he's going to become military school boy, just like his brother is.
This election?
Whatever it was, the presentation to get a
It was
scholarship.
a scholarship, yeah.
Yes. There was a scholarship to stay at the school, basically. And if he didn't get that, he would go to military school just like his brother did. And Shia LaBeouf, who's in this movie, I think this is like right as even Steven started, so that's amazing. And he's his bully, and he steals his presentation because boy made like a funny drawing of the principal because the boy is like an artist and wants to go to art school. And principal sees it, he's like, no, here, I'm going to steal your presentation now, because he drew it on his presentation cards. I don't know why. And so he gives his presentation to Shia LaBeouf, who's his son, and he's just like, here you go, so you can win the scholarship. And also, we're going to get into this more later. Why does he need the scholarship? His family is very well off with money, so I do not understand the point of this. Either way, boy doesn't end up winning it, and he's just like, I had to prove that they stole it. And so he goes to the house of Shia LaBeouf, and rather than finding the speech, he finds a dog, and this dog follows him.
So the reason that Shia needed to win this thing is because like his son, the Shia LaBeouf, not Shia LaBeouf's son, he is the son of the principal, and the Shia LaBeouf is not a good student at all, is what we see, kind of, I think. And it's like a point of pride, like, do something good for me. Show that you're not a loser.
I can honestly see the principal in this saying that.
Also, the principal is Ed Begley Jr., who is a actual, like pretty big actor.
He's been in, like, a lot of stuff, so that
including a Ghostbusters movie as well.
Yeah.
Like 2016 one.
Anyways, so the dog follows boy home, and when boy gets home, he's just like, no, dog, go, shoo. But he can never get the dog to stop following him, so he's like, all right, I guess I will hold on to the dog for now. And then, like 10 minutes later, the dog goes fucking nuts.
We learned that a dog was on meds back home.
Yes.
And the dog doesn't have their meds now.
And the dog loses it.
They become a werewolf.
Pretty much. We're not really exaggerating. This dog goes psycho. The film does like a complete 180 in tone, and it's incredible. And from there, the plot just basically becomes about how boy and military school brother have to figure out what to do about this dog and get the scholarship and all that nonsense. It's crazy.
Also, his older brother, who went to military school and is like a higher ranking person or whatever, was getting reprimanded for being not a great leader. His troops not doing well or whatever. And by the end of the movie, he apparently learned his leadership through no real reason. How does that?
He was able to manipulate people. He was able to blackmail people. I don't know about you, but considering the leadership that we have, I think that he showed the qualifications pretty easily.
Damn it. That's fair. Honestly, Josh, do you give me a yay or a nay overall?
Oh, I give it a yay. There's definitely like some lows in the movie. I'm like, come on, give me back to the chaos. But man, when it gets to the chaos, it's wonderful.
They basically use a voice changer and phone call like for ransom, sending this dog. They're trying to get this dog back. They're trying to be good people. They were not trying to kidnap a dog in the first place.
That's literally all they want to do is get rid of the dog.
But then the problem is, if they do it outright and say, hey, here's your dog back, they'll know also they were in their house.
Which is not great.
Why was he in this house again? Oh, should we try to get his cards back or something?
He was trying to get the cards back from Shia LaBeouf to prove that he had stolen his speech and the dog had followed him. But also, he didn't go into the house. He went into the pool house, which is just where Shia LaBeouf lives, I guess.
Yeah, why is your child separated from you?
Who knows?
Also, by the end of the movie, they do get the dog back. But also, the dad is basically just kicked out of the pool house the whole time.
The dad does not care about the dog. He is perfectly fine with the dog going away. He does not like the dog because he has allergies. And the wife is just like, I want my dog back. And he's just like, fine, I'll get the dog back. And it's something.
So, I don't have a lot of thoughts on this. I probably would have had more thoughts on it, 2 weeks ago. But I will say this. It's bizarre. The bullying in this is pretty funny, actually.
It's very pathetic bullying. It's really funny.
Also, Shia LaBeouf did deserve better. overall. Like he deserved a better family who treated him better as parents and
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
Like it shows how bullies actually can come to be, which I think is really fascinating for a kids movie. Hey, sometimes it is situational. Yes, he's a spoiled brat who like lives in his own fucking pool house or whatever, and he also has his dad who's a principal, or so he has a lot of money. But they also kind of neglect him and don't pay attention to him. They care more about a dog than him. That's kind of the whole message of this part of the movie for that. But also the dog, fun.
The dog actor in this is great.
So one of the things they try and do, the older brother gets on the phone with the voice changer, sends the father on wild goose chases to help stall for time, including things like go to a bakery, get a cupcake, but with this kind of frosting. Meet me outside here, and then I'll give you the dog back. You know, shut up. We said this time actually. You're lying. I'm gaslighting you. And then next time I'll call again, but this time the cops are on the line. What is happening in this movie? Why are the cops are tapping a phone for a dog?
It's so fun. Well, it's a show dog, so the dog has a lot more worth.
It's still very funny to me.
Oh,
like imagine
for sure.
you watch a dog and you get the police investigating. Like it's just like okay, it's a choice.
I have on my list of notes here a quote: "You nearly spatulated me to death." I do not remember the context for this quote, but but I felt reason enough to write it down.
Why did Shia LaBeouf love motocross so much?
Because this was the early 2000s and extreme sports were cool. Oh,
The X Games.
My favorite part with that is like when they're delivering the dog back, his brother is distracting Shia LaBeouf outside his pool house by pretending to be an interviewer for the magazine, and all he's doing is just reading off basic facts from said magazine. But he keeps gaslighting Shia LaBeouf to be like, nope, that was incorrect. You didn't get it. And what was the prize? Like a dirt bike?
Something like that. It's like, what does BMX mean? It's like, okay. So I'm enjoying these letterbox reviews because they're all bad, but of course everyone gives DCOM bad ratings no matter what. That's not part of the gauge for us. So I compared Shia LaBeouf in this to Greg Heffley. Yeah, and honestly, yeah,
they are the same character.
They're the same character. Someone said this is why I'm afraid of dogs, which honestly, fair. A special effects masterpiece. You know what? I'll give it to him. There were effects that were not believable, but I enjoyed watching them.
There's a part where brother and boy are trying to capture the dog in their house.
For the record, their names are Jay, Mike, Ronnie, and Ward are the main characters' names.
Okay, people know what I'm talking about.
Do they? Has anyone seen this movie besides us?
Shh, it's fine. Anyways, there's a part where like the dog is like covered in blankets or something like that, and it just fucking shoots out of it like a cannon.
It's amazing.
It's so funny.
Also, there's a one moment. It's a parody like moment of The Shining.
There really is.
Where we have a "Here's Johnny" moment, but it's the dog like gnarling its way through the door.
It's so funny how psychotic this dog gets off its meds, which just makes me wonder, was that what it was always like before they put the dog on meds? If so, why did they choose that dog?
What's funny to me is they showed in this movie, it literally, I think the meds were like really, really hurting this dog. Because when we see like afterwards, it just need to let off steam and calm down. Like it had so much just pent up energy that never had released. So the dog was fine after it literally just did that for a few hours, like an hour or two, and it was good.
But then, like, what were the meds? What was the purpose of the meds?
Maybe make sure the dog is calm, like as a show dog and stuff.
I guess.
Who knows? They never address it.
They never address it because why do you need it? Chaos is best.
Okay, Josh, what was the best part of the whole movie to you?
Oh, easily when the dog just goes fucking nuts and is just destroying the house and trying to murder the two kids. It's wonderful.
It's wonderful, he says. Murder from dogs is wonderful. Oh my god. I think my favorite part of this movie was the fact that the principal just fucking lied to this child about his son stealing his cards. Completely zero ethics. Just like, you know what? I'm going to help myself out. That's it. What a principal. And he's like, you have to destroy this. Destroy the evidence. It's like,
and
what
Shia
is going
LaBeouf
on?
never destroyed the evidence.
No. Like, what? It's literally just paper. Shred it. Cut it up. Draw on it. There's a million things he could do. But nope, just put it in his own locker. That's fine. I don't have much more thoughts on this.
It's such
Like, it's fun, but like I don't. It's the most like it's a needlessly complicated plot for a very simple story of boy had a wonderful speech about like going green. Also, Happy Earth Day was yesterday.
Oh yeah.
But in this movie, it's about that a little bit. It's like, we should recycle. Here's how we do it. Okay, I would get a scholarship for this somehow. And then also, my cards are stolen by bully Shia LaBeouf. Oh no, I'm going to get my cards back. I'm being gaslit by his dad. Let's go get evidence. This dog followed me and is now trying to murder me. That's the plot. Eventually, he does get a scholarship, and his brother does learn leadership. He gets a scholarship because he got that found out he did, in fact, write that first thing, and he can try again. And then, ta-da!
Oh yeah, it's like they make him give the speech again. So it's just
The
like, we're
same
not going to
speech.
give it to you. We're just going to see like if you can actually deliver the speech good.
I guess I kind of get the idea, like, at least, because part of it is still public speaking, I'm sure.
No, wait, no. I think that he switched it up because his one friend is in a wheelchair, so he switched it to like.
Oh, you're right, he
to
did.
focus more on her and that,
Yeah, I focus on disability representation and, like, services.
which is interesting because like that's never anything that's really addressed with her character at all. in the
No,
movie.
she has zero agency, and it's just, she's a plot device for that one moment at the end.
Pretty much, but also I found out she was the love interest in Superhero movie, the Spider-Man parody movie with Drake Bell, and that was a weird whiplash when I figured that out.
Okay, I have to ask you, did you ever watch the show, The Famous Jet Jackson?
No.
Because our next DCOM in theory is Jet Jackson the movie, but if neither of us watch that show, we maybe should skip it, solely because we have no frame of reference.
I have never seen this before. I don't know what this is.
So do you want to just say we're skipping it, or do you want to watch it with zero context? Actually, let's let you all decide. Literally, go in our Discord, links down below, or email us or tweet at us at #GeekSpeakPod or at GeekSpeakPod on Twitter, or email us at podgeekspeak@gmail.com. Should we watch Jet Jackson the movie, or do we skip it for The Jenny Project, which has a chimpanzee on the cover?
Oh no.
Which is about a chimpanzee learning to use ASL to communicate. That could only go well for a DCOM. What do you say, Josh? Let the audience decide. And if you all don't decide in time, who knows what we'll do?
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I give Hounded a yay. I was never bored watching it, and I could see my kid watching this and having fun. Like, I don't have a kid now. I'm saying, like, we often look at this through the lens of when we're adults, when we're older, and we have children stuff, with something that we could show our kids and be like, that's fine. This is good TV for children. And this is fine. It's nothing monumental, and it's nothing harmful, really. Besides Shia LaBeouf literally being a dick. But that's kind of fun to watch that side of him on as a kid. Because he's usually playing the good guy.
Yep.
Moving on?
Moving on.
We have movies and news. So, out of our releases that came out, is it your number one still, besides 100 Beavers, is it Dune 2?
Oh, 100%.
Not Monkey Man?
Monkey Man is great. I loved Monkey Man, but man, Dune is just, it's on another level.
We could do a whole episode of Monkey Man alone. Like, it's so good. But, like, we don't have time, and also all the movies we want to talk about have already passed this point. So let's talk about news. I have things separated in different categories. There'll be a lot of news today, and then we'll end today with our classic super weird story segment. We're bringing it back, baby. Let's talk about American Psycho. You've heard of this movie, correct?
Yes, I have.
Have you seen it?
Yes. I need to rewatch it, though, because when the first time I saw it, by the time it ended, I was just like, what? Huh? Huh? Hey? Huh? And I think I need to rewatch it.
So Lionsgate is looking to do a modern remake of American Psycho, according to The Insider.
You really don't need to. It still works really well in
The
today's
film
environment.
the film ages with people. Like, it works.
Like, yeah, it's set during the 80s, but everything that it's satirizing and making fun of is still relevant very much today.
Who would you cast as Patrick Bateman, though?
I don't...
People are saying Austin Butler. Like, I don't care. No.
He's conventionally handsome, but I don't think he could play that kind of, like, I'm a normal guy, but then he could be really crazy. Jared Leto!
Please stop.
I'm making it... He was in the original. I'm making it funny.
I know.
I don't want
Please,
Jared Leto at all in
please
this.
stop. What if he gets axed again?
Well, I mean, if he gets axed again, I won't mind that.
Also, spoilers for, I guess, the first American Psycho, but it's been a while. Wasn't there also like a sequel, like a straight DVD one? Yes, there was.
It was, but it wasn't actually supposed to be a sequel to it. They just Lionsgate kind of forced it to be.
Who starred in that?
Mila Kunis and William Shatner.
Oh my god! Just do that again. Bring her back instead.
I would say either Joel McHale or Glenn Howerton.
Oh my god, Glenn Howerton would be terrifying in this. But also, I feel like people are still gonna think, "Oh, he's me. He's a good guy." Well, you know what I mean?
Well, anyone that thinks that needs help.
Do you like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Emily Blunt?
Sure.
They were in a movie together called Jungle Jam.
I completely forgot that came out.
Jungle Jam, that's the title. And they are now going to reunite along together. Yep, I'm good at words. They're reuniting in a movie again with an A24 drama, The Smashing Machine by Benny Safdie.
Look, as long as Dwayne Johnson finally taps into something new again, I'm fine with that.
The top comment is, "That was my stripper name, The Smashing Machine."
Perfect. Wonderful.
Honestly, sure. I would like to see The Rock do an A24. I'm excited to see what he does as an actor again. You know what I mean? Like I said before, I'm excited to see him actually do something with acting. The last time I think he did a really true good performance was like early 2000s.
You gotta watch Pain and Gain. I keep saying this, but no one listens to me.
On my deathbed, I'll watch it for you.
Why?
To piss you off. But yay or nay on this?
I'll give it a yay.
Yay or nay on a modern American Psycho?
I'll give it a nay.
Fallout, the TV show. We got a trailer, we got a poster, and now the show itself. All in the time that this came since our last podcast episode.
Crazy.
So, have you watched any of it?
I've seen the first 3 episodes of it. I'm working on watching it now. I really enjoy it. I've only played like a bit of Fallout here and there, so I'm not really going at it from like a fan perspective. But from everything I know about the games and then everything that the show is, now it's a good adaptation, and it's also a really
newer
good show.
Story. Like it's a new kind of twist on the story.
It's its own story set in the universe, like several decades after Fallout 4. None of the games really connect together, but it's set in the same world as the games.
Do you like Goggins as the ghoul?
Oh, he's great. Walton Goggins is fantastic. Everyone in the cast is fantastic.
We also got a Last of Us bit of news, and that is Pedro Pascal. This is, okay, spoilers for, I guess, Last of Us 2, the game. Okay. Skip ahead, there's timestamps down below. Yeah, Josh will put in there for me, thank you. So, Pedro Pascal is done filming. He finished filming a few weeks in. Josh, thoughts?
I'm very curious how much they're going to do with flashbacks in terms of, like, what are they going to add to it, if they are going to add stuff to it. That's as far...
He also could come back and do more stuff.
Yeah, because, like, they've said that they're planning on splitting the second game into multiple seasons. So, I mean, there's a very strong chance that they're kind of, like, front-loading certain aspects right now, and then when they film the next season, they'll probably film more with, like, flashbacks and stuff like that.
And I guess the spoiler is that, our boy might not make it out that long in the show, but you know what? He already almost had a ton. Let him rest.
Pedro's doing a lot,
including probably not Mandalorian and Grogu.
What do you mean not? We know he's not going to be in that suit.
But it does make sense now why his schedule is somewhat like why he can do Fantastic Four. It's like, okay, yeah, they're following the story, got it. Because Fantastic Four is filming right now, I think, or about to start filming, and they have to do a lot in that. Okay, off of that movie news, we're on to a new thing. Quiet on Set released. The world is fucked. Treat children actors with respect and kindness, and please have intimacy coordinators on set of every kids show. That would help a lot.
If you don't know about Quiet on Set, either go and look up stuff beforehand, just to figure out A, if that's something that you can handle watching, and B, if it's something that like you feel like you need to watch, I guess.
But my condolences, my thoughts, my heart goes out to any victim who has been abused by this awful system, and by Dan Schneider specifically,
Very much so,
as well as Brian Peck and other abusers. Please just know we care about you and we're listening. That's all. I have other news that's not that dark. Avatar: The Last Airbender live action. It was renewed for seasons 2 and 3 back to back, which is a smart way to do that.
Yes.
I thought they probably should have filmed all of it at once, but also if people hated the first season immensely, then just cancel it.
I have heard so many different things about the show.
So I haven't finished it. I watched 3 episodes and couldn't stand it. So I had too many thoughts to do could do a whole episode in that season, but I just don't care enough. I will finish it at some point, but especially because they're doing 2 and 3 now. I need to see what Toph is like, so I will watch book 1 finishing it.
I thought, from what I've seen about I think I've seen episode 4. I can't remember. It's been a while.
That's when Boomy fights Aang.
Yeah, so I'm on an episode now.
Yeah, I haven't seen it.
From what I've seen, I like it. It, of course, cannot compare to the original. Nothing can. But I think that they get a lot right. I think some of the changes are interesting. Some of them not as much. That comes with the nature of adaptations. So I'm very curious to see how, how the season ends, and then B, what they do going forward. And I don't know do you have the news about how the showrunners are changing for it?
I didn't put it in here because I didn't care enough, but yeah, they're changing showrunners.
Yeah, so
and the guy who did this is going on to the Percy Jackson show, which is also going to be a choice.
I don't think that this was bad. I think that it's a case of trying to stick true to the original while trying to do something different. That's my hot take on it. I know people say don't change anything. I say
no. I'm fine with changes if they make sense of the format. That's generally my rule. I don't think a lot of changes made sense or were good. That's my opinion. I'd rather them have, instead of just first off, 8 episodes is too short.
Agreed.
Do 13 if you're gonna do that. You could still cut out what you consider to be fluff or whatever, while still making the characters more full and doing more with them. That's fine. I don't think we need to see a genocide on screen. I think it was better to not see it and just see it through Aang's eyes. That'd be a better choice. I get the idea of, hey, cool firebending versus airbending. We can see some more stuff in action with airbending. That's cool, I guess. I don't like that they had Kyoshi show up and just do some murders. Little weird choice. There are a lot of things I'm like, this is weird. I think it keeps getting worse as I go. And so I'm like, oh boy. Also, apparently Wan Shi Tong, the knowledge spirit, is in book 1. Aang just goes through a bunch of random spirits from book 2 and 3 in book 1. And I think they did a lot of stuff in this early on because they were scared to not get renewed, and they want to hit some greatest highlights.
Well, I think that definitely comes with the nature of Netflix just loves to cancel things after 2 weeks. So let's try to go out with a bang in case we don't get renewed. The only major gripes I have with it, just like everyone else, is that Katara and Sokka's characters are not the best in this, and I think
Sokka's fine. I think Katara is nothing in this.
Katara is definitely nothing in this. Sokka he could teeter on the line of being close to the original and then close to being more like Shyamalan's version.
Why was he not in a dress?
Yeah, that was disappointing. But this isn't due to the actors. The actors are doing the best with what they have. It just is they don't have much character to them, which is the problem.
I think removing the spirit from Aang removes the character Aang.
I think that there's a good bit of spirit to it, though. There's, of course, you could do a lot more with it, but I think it is there. It's not like butchering of Katara's character like in this version. But I see on one hand what they were doing with her character, but then on the other hand, it kind of not only butchers how her character was. This version isn't interesting to watch.
Also, having Aang not actually run away is a fundamental misunderstanding of who he is.
That was an interesting choice, too. That was definitely a choice I'm like, I don't know about that one, Chief.
So I give the renewal of this, I'm confused. That's my year name. I'm confused.
I'll give it a yay. I'll give it a shot. I want to see, this do good because I think this can do good.
I'll give a yay to see the final Sons Comet battle. That's it.
Oh yeah, because the fight scenes in this are really good. I really enjoyed the fight scenes.
Okay, we also have news for Aang: The Last Airbender, which is the new animated movie with the gang in their 20s. It's called Aang: The Last Airbender, and we have Dave Bautista cast as the villain.
Whoa!
Also, let's keep in mind this is voice acting. This is all animated. The movie itself is now delayed from I think this year to 2026 because they made a lot of changes. Rumored to have Dante Bosco back as Zuko, which honestly, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Because Zuko's voice wouldn't, in theory, have changed that much from 16, 17 to 25, really.
Yeah.
And then we have Eric Nam as Aang. No. For those who do not know, he is very pro-Israel right now in this ongoing genocide of Palestinians. I'm not going to try and get very political right now in this episode, but having someone, also both creators are very, very pro-Palestine, both Brian Konietzko and Mike DiMartino, and have been very vocal about that. So I think casting someone who is basically pro-genocide, playing the sole survivor of a genocide, is not a good choice.
Interesting.
Did you not know that beforehand?
I was not aware of this.
How do you feel about this now?
I hope that someone comes to their senses and is like, maybe not that one.
There's already petitions to get him recast. Also, like, I get Zach Tyler does not want to play Aang again. Like, he was a kid actor. He's grown up, so his voice would just match older Aang at this point. But he wants to not do any acting anymore. It's a little weird to me not bringing back most of the cast of the original show because they're like usually just grew up and their voices just changed accordingly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Michaela Jo Murphy, who voiced Toph as a kid, is now still voice acting today. Like, and that's her current job, but her voice is just grown up with it. So she just sounds like a 25, 26-year-old Toph. I'm like, okay, and that's the part you want to go for. They have cast I don't know that actress' name. They did cast a blind actress playing Toph, and they cast indigenous actors as Sokka and Katara, which I think is cool overall. I don't know how necessary that is for this role. Also, I'm not my place to talk about that as a straight white man. Josh, thoughts on all this casting?
Aside from the genocide supporter, I think that so far the casting is good. I'm kind of in the same boat as you. It's just like I think it could be cool if like the original voice actors stayed, but also it's not my place to say about like white actors playing non-white characters. Yeah,
right.
It's not my place to say it, and it's always like one of those things that just like it just is always like up in the air, like, but
right.
Again, it's my opinion should not matter on this. I'll go with whatever they think is best.
But the thing is, it's also white people making that decision. It's Mike and Brian. So it's also like, is it there? And then I'm sure they're consulting the people as well. As they did when the original show came out, they had a lot of consultants with people with different cultures to make it as authentic as they could be, and I get that. My thing with this, generally with authenticity voice casting, is usually I think if you're mimicking a culture or accent, that's when it comes to become a problem. Like Apu in The Simpsons being recast made sense to me. So I was a white man just kind of doing a caricature of an accent.
Mm-hmm.
But here I'm like, they're doing American accents. It's their normal voices. So it's like that's a little bit of it's like Jack DeSena who played Sokka. That's just his voice. So it's an odd choice when you're like, he's not doing an indigenous accent. He's not doing a caricature or anything. So that's why I'm like, why recast then? But again, it's whatever you want to do, and it's fantastic. I'm always team Mike and Brian. Do whatever you guys want to do for these characters. I trust you all. You made Korra, you made Avatar. I'm beside you. So overall, cool. I'm really happy to see Dave Bautista as the villain, because I think it'll be really fun. And people said he'd be playing Combustion makes it look like him. That's not how voice acting works. We got Mufasa news.
Mufasa.
And the news, first off, Barry Jenkins is so excited.
He's so excited to get that nice paycheck.
Did you see the first look? That's what the news is.
The first look of a lion on a gray rock?
Yep, I'm sending it to you just now if you didn't see it already.
Wow, that certainly is an image.
Apparently, we'll have a lot of original songs. He will not share yet who's making the songs, but it's going to be a completely new soundscape for this.
Interesting.
So it will be a musical, it seems like. Are you fine with that?
I mean, sure. In theory, if this was, a hand-drawn animated movie, yes. I can't take another one of these live-action, lifeless movies, which sucks because, Barry Jenkins is a fantastic director, and from the cast of what I've seen, it's a great cast, but, none of it's going to come through. I'm going to be incredibly skeptical about the quality of this.
Did you ever watch The Crow original?
No, I haven't.
Well, I have Jared Leto Joker news. Just kidding. That's The Crow. The new look is fascinating, but honestly, kind of aligns with what The Crow was like, what the aesthetic was then, what it would match up to be now.
Yeah, it's an interesting from what I know of The Crow. It's an interesting choice, the change of it. But again, I'm willing to see why it's different and where it's gonna go.
Thoughts on the trailer for the bird?
It looks pretty cool, pretty cool. I'm excited for Bill Skarsgård to do fun action stuff.
So yay?
I give it yay.
Jared Leto.
Oh no.
We got the first real look of Tron Ares and him in his suit just hanging out in the streets. What do you think?
Amazing how much they completely fumbled this movie. Like, why? Jared Leto, just why? What kind of box office draw does he have?
The suit looks so cool to me.
The suit, yeah, it's sure, but like, and also, why not get back the director of Tron Legacy? Who made Top Gun Maverick? Like, what?
Fair, but for the first look at Tron Ares, do you like the first look we get?
I mean, sure, if it's the vibes, I just don't think the movie is gonna be good.
It stars Evan Peters, Cameron Monaghan, Greta Lee, Gillian Anderson, Joey Turner-Smith, and Jared Leto.
Everyone's great except for him.
Okay, Sinjin, just a hater of Jared Leto, I see.
And you aren't?
Oh, I absolutely am. Anyway, moving on. I get that an A. Do you like physical media?
I love it. I just recently I updated my physical media list to include TV shows. I am now over 900 for my physical media collection.
Well, we're getting physical releases on 4K UHD for Andor, Obi-Wan Kenobi, Moon Knight, and Falcon the Winter Soldier.
I have one. I get to own Andor physically now. I have one.
You also can own Moon Knight, a show I've still not seen.
You should. It's good.
Also, the poster for Kenobi is, of course, includes Darth Vader on it, because that's what people wanted. They want to see Hayden Christensen.
I love how Star Wars has become. Yay!
Look, I have nothing against Hayden Christensen or about Ewan McGregor or anyone in the cast. I haven't seen a show. I thought it'd be a cool show just watching Obi-Wan himself in the desert.
And I know I've talked about this before, but like it had such potential of like doing a Logan Last of Us style story, and it fumbled that bag so bad, and it's just so okay, and that just makes it worse in my eyes.
No hate to Kid Leia though.
No, Kid Leia was fine. I have nothing against her.
And people were so weird and mean on the internet for no reason.
Because these nerds have nothing going on in their lives. They're like, who can I bully today?
We're nerds. But
yes.
Are we nice nerds?
Yes, I say we're nice nerds because we don't bully children.
That's a good bar. That's a very low bar.
It's a bar you think you wouldn't have to set, but apparently you do.
But you can own Andor soon.
Yes, I'm
in
excited.
7 days, on April 30th.
I'm so ready.
We have Scream news. Scream 7 specifically. A movie that neither of us will be seeing in theaters because of everything that's been going on.
Boycott, boycott, boycott.
Neve Campbell will be returning officially as Sidney Prescott in Scream 7. Kevin Williamson will be directing the film. And now Courtney Cox is in talks to return in Scream 7 as her reporter character again.
No, thank you.
At this point, what is the point of this movie?
Like genuinely, I'm like, there's no point to
why make it?
There's if you take out everything that has happened and you just decide
it goes against the point of Scream at this point.
Yes, if you go back to bringing Sydney back again, it's just like, why? Like her story has ended multiple times at this point. Like for me, when people were mad that she wasn't coming back for Scream 6, I'm like, good. I think that her story has ended. Like, I'd rather it be these new characters. But now, just, like, going back to Sydney again, I'm just like, what?
I'll say in defense of that one thing, that her story it kind of is part of her, it's perpetual against her all the time. Like, it's always come back to her. So I get that. My problem is, like, you're kind of like moving, the whole franchise was moving on, and, like, you're making fun of people who couldn't move on in the past in Scream 5.
And now you're playing right back into that.
Yep. But hey, we have a scary movie reboot in the works now.
And Marlon Wayans did follow Melissa Barrera on Instagram recently.
So yay or nay on a scary movie reboot?
This is a weird one for me because I don't think the scary movies are particularly that good, but they definitely had their moments of funny. But I think there has been enough horror stuff recently that there could be some pretty funny things they could do. But they need a really good script, though.
Well, do you like other horror stuff?
Sure.
we're getting a Halloween TV show that will be a complete reset. Go back to the original film again and go from there.
I don't care.
They do this every like 5 or 10 years, feels like.
This isn't like Sony needing to make a Spider-Man movie every 5 years to keep the rights. Like, Michael Myers, like, what else can you do with the character? Like, I get not everyone loved the direction of the new trilogy, but like, I don't care.
If you're gonna go next movie, will Laurie Strode be a character? Will you be recasting someone just younger at this point?
I don't know, because like from what I know about where the series goes, it's like after 2, she doesn't get back involved into the series until H2O. So
No, but here's the thing. This is going right after the first movie again.
Well, I mean they could.
This is ignoring all of their canon once again.
God, how many?
They keep doing it.
How many timelines have they created? Is this going to create like a multiverse kind of thing? Are they going to reveal Michael Myers as a multiverse traveler?
I want them to canonically make him a true demon in this.
Because like the new trilogy kind of like hints at it.
They were going to, it seems like.
Yeah, they were like going to, but then they kind of like stopped halfway.
Evil dies tonight.
Oh Lord, I may not like Halloween Kills, but I love Halloween Ends.
But okay, yay or nay on the Halloween TV show being a reset from number 1 again?
Nay, I don't care. In terms of slashers, Michael Myers is the least interesting of the slasher characters to do this with.
Scream is better. Ghostface.
Oh yeah, because there's actually stuff to it. I should watch the Scream show.
Did you watch the trailer for the Bambi horror movie?
No, because I could give less than 2 flying fucks.
No,
that.
we have. How dare you? We have news about this. Numerous things.
Oh, I'm aware of the cinematic universe that's going to be coming.
We now
with
have
this.
the Twisted Childhood universe has been revealed, or AKA the Pooniverse. Monsters Assemble will be the movie coming out with. So they're making an Avengers parody called Pooniverse, Monsters Assemble. And we have Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Then we have Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey 2, and now we have a third one coming out soon with Rabbit, the Heffalumps, and the Woozles all going to be in it. It's going to have bigger budget. It's the third one. We also have Bambi, The Reckoning, Peter Pan, Neverland Nightmare, and then Pinocchio Unstrung, leading up to the Pooniverse Monsters Assemble. Honestly, no. I'm not watching any of these, but I'm going to keep following it.
I don't want this. To me,
I think it's so much fun.
To me, this is the laziest and
You're a hater.
I don't care. To me, this is the laziest thing you could do with characters being in the public domain. It's like, it's in the public domain now. What can we do? Let's make them slasher characters. My God, get some original ideas.
That's so fun. It's so silly. It happens definitely all the time. I'm always fine with it.
No, I don't want it.
So you're a hater. I'm part of the fandom here. I'm part of the Twisted Universe fans for no reason.
I like it you say you're part of the fandom, and yet
I will
are not going to watch
I'm
any
gonna keep
of them.
following them. Excuse you. We have a more mean Santa movies coming out soon.
Oh, what?
You know how we have these like weird gruff Santa movies that have been coming out lately? We have more coming out.
Okay.
Arnold Schwarzenegger will star as Santa Claus alongside Alan Richardson in a movie called The Man with the Bag.
Yes, I've heard about this. I'm excited for this.
The film follows Santa as his magic bag is stolen, so he turns to his naughty list to find a former thief, played by Alan Richardson, to help him plan a heist to get it back.
Beautiful. No notes. There, day one.
This is like a Violent Night mixed with like the Christmas Chronicles gruff Santa with like the... Who else has played Santa recently? Oh, we had wasn't there...
Mel Gibson.
For some reason.
Mel Gibson, the fat man.
So we're going to keep getting... I hope we keep getting these weird gruff Santas. Honestly, I'm down with it. It's just... That sounds fun. Oh, we also had J.K. Simmons in the Rise of the Guardians movie.
No, that Rise of the Guardians, that was Alec Baldwin as Russian
You're
Santa.
right, sorry. We also got in Klaus with J.K. We keep having these buff Santas. I'm down.
Oh, J.K. Simmons is playing Santa in the Dwayne Johnson, Chris Evans Christmas movie.
That's what I was thinking about. Yes, keep these gruff Santas coming. More mean Santas.
Please.
Yay on that.
I'll give it a yay.
Josh, I have Pirates of the Caribbean news. The next Pirates movie will officially be a reboot.
Thank fuck.
We are not having Jack Sparrow or Will Turner, probably any of those stuff again. Just a complete fresh start. Just the same name, but a new story. Or if it is Jack Sparrow, it would be a new start and a fresh timeline or whatever. So, thoughts?
I don't want any version of Jack Sparrow back. I want something different.
How about Blackbeard as a new character? Just going forward,
Blackbeard was
new
in
pirates.
one of them. He was in 4.
No, okay, but like, there's like a new story. Still, I think it's fine to use an actual pirate, so just go forward with a fresh start. Not the same Blackbeard, obviously.
I don't know. As long as there's weird shit in it, I'm fine with it.
There's been too much weird shit in those movies, though.
That's how it's always been.
Josh, do you also like magic?
It's neat. I've never experienced it myself.
Do you believe in magic?
That's a song.
Oh. Now You See Me, a movie series that has gone from magic tricks to godlike powers, is continuing. We're getting a third one, and it will be adding Dominic Sessa from The Wonderful Holdovers. He's going to be a star alongside Justice Smith, and they're also adding Ariana Greenblatt in the movie.
Cool. I can't wait to see what insane things happens in it. Have you seen the second one?
I've seen neither of them.
The second one, Woody Harrelson plays 2 versions of himself.
Oh, he's coming back, and he's also returning. So is, I think, Dave Franco.
The whole original cast is coming back.
Yeah.
But there's 2 Woody Harrelsons in 2. That's as far as I'll explain that.
I hope it's cloning for no reason. It's magic.
I wish it was. It's somehow stupider.
So, I like Justice Smith a lot. I like Dominic Sessa from what I've seen the Holdovers. Ariana Greenblatt I've seen now play the young version of numerous characters. And she's great in Barbie. So, honestly, sure, yay. I haven't watched this, but I will watch these at some point. They always looked fun to me.
Whoever Ariana's agent is fantastic. They are getting her in like every major franchise they can, and it's been working out great.
The sequel should have been called Now You Don't. Now You See Me, Now You Don't.
Yeah, that would be fun. Movies don't know how to have fun, though.
So Spielberg, he's cooking up some ideas again, man. He's actually giving some more. We got more creativity from him again. Makes me happy.
Good.
Because Spielberg, I'm always on your side. He is set to direct a UFO film based on his own original idea, with David Coop writing the script.
I like it that it's framed like he's never made a UFO before, like UFO movie before. I'm like, he's made several of those.
True, but seeing him go back to sci-fi again is so fun to me.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of his love comes from this like idea of using special effects in new and creative ways. So I'm excited to see what he'll do with it. I'm excited. It'd be cool if it's like set in like the 60s, 80s, something that's where it's a bit less cell phone focused. That'd be kind of fun. Sony Pictures is in talks to buy Paramount Pictures.
God damn it, I hate everything.
They will make a joint bid with investment firm Apollo. It's from the New York Times. Hopefully, I would love it if our government stepped in and said, "Hey, that's not allowed."
As we've seen with capitalism, as long as the government gets their slice of the pie, they'll let them do whatever they want. So I think this is going to go through.
Sad.
Yeah.
Nay.
It's sad because as we've seen with like Warner Brothers and Discovery and Disney and Fox, it's just going to close down a lot of stuff. Lots of people are going to get fired. Lots of projects are going to get canceled. It's not good for anyone involved except for the people like all the way up at the top that get their big bonuses.
I have other news though about Transformers. I have 2 Transformers things actually back to back.
2?
First off, we got a lot of posters to the new Transformers 1. We got a trailer and a plot synopsis. This new show, Transformers 1, is an animated CGI show.
It's a movie.
With movie?
Yes.
Cool. Movie about Megatron and Optimus as worker friends.
When I watched it, it's definitely not at all like what I thought it was going to be in any sense of the word. So I'm very curious what it's going to be like.
I think Hemsworth's voice matches Optimus Prime as a character, but I don't think it matches the actual design they have. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I get that. Like, he's not doing his exact normal voice. He's clearly like making it a bit deeper. But like from the design of it, it doesn't fit. Same as like Keegan Michael.
The design looks
Bumblebee.
too immature for what it is.
Yeah.
Like if there was a more classic design of Optimus, I'm like, okay, that voice makes sense because I think he has a very powerful, deep voice. That's why he was cast. It's partly why he's cast as Thor, and I think it genuinely could work really well. But the design is a little weird for me. Overall, though, I think the plot seems kind of fun. The trailer looks very fun, and I'm down for it.
I'm curious to see what it'll be like.
So we also have Transformers news that we are officially getting a Transformers and G.I. Joe crossover movie. It's in the works. It's happening. After all these years of talks, it's going to happen now.
Look, after Rise of the Beasts and that great tease at the end of the movie, I'm like, you know what? I'm down for this. I'm so curious to see what this will be like.
I mean, they've been talking about it for like 20 years, so I'm glad it's actually going to happen. So, yay. I like G.I. Joe. I like Transformers enough in most generic way. I can like them.
You need to rewatch The Rise of Cobra. That's one of my favorites so bad. It's good movies. It's incredible.
I haven't seen Transformers or Transformers 2, not Transformers, sorry, G.I. Joe 1 or 2 since they came out. So, I was a child. Star Wars news, or one piece of Star Wars news today besides a trailer later. Josh, Ahmed Best, who played Jar Jar and then played a Jedi recently, right?
Yeah, he played the Jedi that saved Grogu in the third season of Mandalorian.
Yeah. Which honestly, good for him. He deserved that. He reveals he's working on a new Star Wars project. In quote, just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in. Please make it Darth Jar Jar. That's all I want.
Man, Darth Jar Jar would be amazing.
Because I think that's what it should. Genuinely, I think everyone's complaints with Jar Jar Binks would have gone away if he actually was a Sith, if George Lucas committed to it. Would you agree with that?
I don't know.
I don't know, but like I think overall the complaints would be a lot less if it turned out that he was actually bumbling for reason. Because the second Phantom Menace came out, people started hating on Jar Jar so much. On Best, had a whole story about how he became suicidal because of the threats against him and how much it backfired onto him. That's why they started pulling Jar Jar less and less in the next two films. I wonder what his story would have been. That's all I'm saying. And if it was actually Darth Jar Jar, that'd be cool. And it'd be cool now if they did it in today's world. Because I think it would only get praise now from fans and non-fans alike. Josh?
Yes.
We're now entering my section on my notes called CEO/AIBS.
Oh, great. Can't wait.
Let's start with Late Night with the Devil.
Oh, god damn it. This one makes me sad.
So, it was confirmed by the director of Late Night with the Devil that AI is used in the film. They said, quote, "We experimented with AI for 3 still images, which we edited further more than that, and ultimately appear as very brief interstitials in the film, like buffers." I'm bad at words. And honestly, that still sucks. How dare you do that? You could have paid an artist $30, $100, $150, like not a large amount of money for this to happen. Also, there are 9 production companies in the beginning of the credits for this, the opening credits for this movie, apparently, which means that's first off incredibly indie, so I get not having a lot of money, but at the same time, 9 different companies worked on this. Someone could have shot out, a few $100. That's it.
Like when people found out about this, I saw so many people like replying to it with their own like drawings of it, and it's infinitely better and more interesting than what was in the film.
And I wanted to see this movie. I think that looked really interesting, but then that turned me off so much.
Like, as much as I wanted to see the film and support it, I'm not going to support something that's just willing, that whoever it is that decides it is willing to be like, yeah, screw the people that, require this stuff to survive. We're just going to use AI because it's easy and simple.
Yeah, but what also sucks is that I don't want to. I hate that David Dastmalchian's first big lead role. I'm not seeing now because of some studio decided to do this because some executive was like, you know what, this isn't a good idea.
And it sucks because, from the people that saw it, screenings and festivals and stuff, I've heard insanely great things about it and his performance. But the fact that, so many people I know now aren't going to see it and support it because of this one decision, it's very brief, it doesn't matter. No, it fucking does matter in the long run. And as we probably will see in this, news section, yeah, it does matter. It does affect things.
So let's move on to, briefly, the movie Civil War also came out. And they just released 2 new posters, both completely AI generated. And and they kept saying, "It's just 2 posters. Where's the line?" I don't want to be able to be replaced at some point as an actor, as a director, or a writer because we kept pushing that this boundary further and further from it's just 2 posters, it's just a few images, it's just a few lines, whatever.
Like these companies and CEOs and whoever are experimenting in small doses first to see what they're capable of getting away with.
Exactly.
And whatever they can get away with, they're going to be like, okay, this is the new standard now. We're not going to hire people to do this because we can just tell a computer to do it and it'll do it for us. And yes, I've seen threads of people recently that work in some corporate jobs for art stuff that, had to work with AI people and how this is a whole tangent, but how the AI bros weren't able to refine their images and the AI isn't capable of that stuff. So it's good to know that in those kinds of aspects that we'll probably be fine on that, but that still doesn't negate the fact that there's going to be corporates that are just going to be like, screw it, everyone, we could just tell a computer to do it.
So here's also the thing, and that's almost right now. AI generative learning is different than than AI being used to help with streamlining something. People say they use AI in Command 4. Yes, but not at all in the same way. it was not generative learning. It was like helping an artist just like get through a few command processes kind of thing. It's machine learning versus generative AI. That's the difference.
Yeah, if you're like trying to say like Photoshop like some frames out of something, out like a video, like you're wanting to crop out like a person, and because cropping out something like that, going frame by frame, it's a very monotonous thing. And if you're able to train an AI to crop out that specific thing and it can do that for you, that can save you a lot of time. That's different.
That's basically just having a tracker and a mask on. That's one thing, yes.
Yeah, that's very different than telling an AI to write a script for you or create a poster for you or make music for you. Like, that kind of stuff is bad because not only is it bad because a computer doesn't have the faults of a human to make art interesting, it will get rid of jobs for people. And working in the artist field is already an insanely tough thing to break into, and this is a barrier on top of it that corporations keep trying to force down our throats so they can get rid of these jobs so they can save their own money for themselves.
So Josh, OpenAI has scheduled meetings now with Hollywood studios and talent agencies to encourage filmmakers and studios to use AI in their work. They have already opened their AI video making software to a few big name actors and directors.
It is quite amazing that 7 months of boycotts and strikes did fuck all.
Yeah, SAG caved.
SAG caved without consulting anyone, and they're just like, yeah, we're just gonna take this deal because like we can finally get back to work and stuff. And it very clearly like speaks to either they're in the pockets of these companies.
This is also not me saying general SAG actors. This is me talking about the actual negotiating committee.
Yeah, the people that were the ones at the side, not the actors themselves. But this very clearly shows that either they were in the pockets or they clearly didn't know how bad this is and have no real context for it.
Okay, now I have some CEO stuff instead. Now we're moving a little off of AI now. Bob Iger, CEO of Disney bullshit, dismisses Marvel fatigue, saying audiences just want good films. If you build it good, they will come. Quoting, Oppenheimer is a perfect example of that. Just a fantastic film. You know what you could have done, Bob Iger? Talk about one of your own movies. Like, just a thought. Also, it's not like audiences... No, first of all, this is a bullshit sentence. Audiences want good films. Yes! So make them.
Yeah, it's such a strange thing for a CEO...
What a diss to your own movies.
Yeah, because, like, you have made good movies, but some of them you just, like, get too involved with it, and you're like, no, we gotta do this, we gotta do that, we gotta do this, we gotta do that, and it makes the film worse because of it. Studio meddling, I don't know if I've actually seen a case of it where it ends up making the film better. Like, specific studio meddling.
Meddling versus notes, that's what it comes down to. It's the same thing, it's just based on what you need, what they call it.
Yeah, like, as we saw with, like, Madame Web, that was very clearly studio meddling to try to make... something. I don't know what they were trying to make, and look at what happened with that.
But, like, in general, I'll say studio notes are not inherently a bad thing to change things. It's just, like, there's a way of, like, if you put the bottom line above the creativity.
Yeah. Like, you have to let filmmakers, like, take a chance. And if it's very clear that, like, they're going way over budget, way over time, and, like, it's not resulting in something that's necessarily good, then, yeah, that's a case of, like, maybe stepping in to try to help fix things a bit. But, like, just being like, okay, we're going to do this because this is what the algorithm tells us is best, and, like, this is what test audiences say is best.
Don't you mean Al-G Rhythm from Space Jam 2?
Don't remind me.
Josh, Paramount has seemingly written off for tax purposes the show or movie Big Nate and the Rugrats reboot. Both shows have been removed from Paramount Plus, and their existence has been completely wiped from the Nickelodeon website.
It's like, God, I hate that Warner Brothers has set this precedent of, like, we could just erase shit for just, like, a slight bit of money. And it's not a big amount. It is a very small amount of money that they get for these tax write-offs.
In the scheme of things, yes. In the grand scheme.
But, like, they act like that no one's watching it. It's like, yeah, because kids don't care about streaming. There's a reason why television worked so well when it came to kids. And, like, putting it on the internet where they have access to everything, it is not going to stand out the same way that, like, Saturday morning cartoons did. It is very different for kids.
Funny you mentioned that about TV, because Disney is not probably knows, but I'll bring up anyway, that Disney now on Disney Plus is going to be adding channels where certain types of things will be streamed 24/7 with scheduled things.
It is amazing.
It's just TV again.
We've come back full circle in the most stupid and bullshit of ways. And
it's just cable.
And like that thing doesn't make sense to me, because the thing with television is that you couldn't access everything like at any second. But like putting something like channels on your streaming platform that has the stuff on it, just like go to the thing you want to watch. This makes no sense logically.
I'm just gonna tune into Star Wars today. Oh, okay. Like that seems so weird to me.
It literally makes no sense.
We are out of we're out of the CEO stuff.
Thank God.
It is trailer time. Let's talk about some trailers. We got Harold and Purple Crayon, Joker 2, Fully Ado, The Wild Robot, The Watchers, Inside Out 2, The Acolyte, Beetlejuice, and Wolverine and Deadpool. What a mix we've had. I'm gonna just say now, Harold and the Purple Crayon, do not care about. Why is Zachary Levi playing a child again? This time it's a toddler.
Well, no, he's playing. No, he's very clearly like aged up. Like the Harold.
I know.
Like, but this whole
why is he in the jumpsuit?
This whole premise is so stupid. Like, I'm not the first to say this, but this is very clearly like a joke from 30 Rock. Like, this is a movie that should not exist, and it does. And to me, this is like the worst case of people being like, oh, people don't care about animation, everything has to be live action. Like, I think that live action stuff of animated stuff can be fine. This is a case of like, why? What do you gain from this being live action? Because it looks bad, it looks uninteresting.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Who is the demographic for this?
That's what I'm saying. Who is this for? Harold and the Purple Crayon has not been popular for like, I don't even know how long.
It's also for toddlers.
Yes.
Like, genuinely.
And it's PG. What do you mean?
It's meant to spark like imagination for toddlers. That's what the original idea was for. And now we have this, which is a grown-ass man. I'm confused by it.
Harold and the Purple Crayon, man.
It broke you?
It every time I see it, it breaks me. I watched it again the other day because YouTube recommended it to me. I'm like, I thought this was a fever dream. What happened? I watched it. I'm just like, why? There's so much like epic music to it. Like they're trying to make it seem like it's an important film. I'm like, this is fucking Harold and the Purple Crayon. You're not important.
We have been proved wrong before, though. We might end up loving it.
Do you think we're gonna get proven wrong by this?
I don't. To be fair, I'm not saying anything about this film more than any other. I'm just asking who it's for. Who knows? Beetlejuice, the teaser. Fun? Question mark?
I don't care.
The juice is loose. The first movie is is all vibes, no plot,
which is fine. It works that way.
It's fine. I don't know where this is going to go. Besides repeating the first film again, I feel like this might end up being a Ghostbusters Afterlife kind of scenario. Where they're just like, we're going to do greatest hits, and that's it.
And like, we've gone past the point of where legacy sequels are charming to where it just seems desperate, where studios just very clear are like, oh, we can't come up with anything new. Let's bring back something that was popular 40 years ago.
Josh is being spicy today.
Look, man, you put me into a spicy mood with the AI bullshit, so I'm going to stay in a spicy mood. I don't like this.
You've been giving yays to everything about Beetlejuice 2 for months.
Yeah, then I see it, and it kind of like hits me. I'm just like, oh, okay, sure.
Well, I think we should wait for a full trailer before we give our full a judgment on this, because it's just a teaser where it's just like we see him for the first time. Also, everyone's saying people keep saying he looks like he hasn't changed age a day. Yes, he does.
He clearly does.
He clearly does. Like he was like playing an old corpse before, but he looks, having it be 40 years later does age a person.
Yeah.
No, he looks great as like overall. Milky looks great. I think he's a fantastic actor. I'm excited to see what he does. Like, he does look like it's been 40 years. Okay, Josh, The Wild Robot. What do you think of this trailer?
Oh,
I loved it.
I'm insanely excited for this. This looks incredible. This is the kind of DreamWorks stuff that I love when they do stuff like this. Kung Fu Panda 4, it happened. We have to live with that now. But like this makes me excited. This gives me hope for the studio. But this is also what I love about the studio is that they're willing to take risks and do something different.
Yes. This is the studio that gave us both the B movie and Over the Hedge, as well as How to Train Your Dragon 2. So, like, it's wild what they'll do. I'm happy.
This makes me incredibly excited. I don't know exactly what it's going to be about, but it looks insanely beautiful.
I also just watched Shrek 2 in theaters again the other day. So much fun.
I never got to see it in theaters.
Acolyte trailer for Star Wars. I like seeing different aliens. Like, it's fun. Daphne Keen's cool from Logan. Cool seeing her again. People are mad calling it woke because there's some people who are not white in this.
Is like
What does woke mean to people? Just racist and homophobic?
Pretty much.
An excuse to be that, I guess. Okay.
Out of like a lot of like Star Wars stuff that we've been getting, this one has me very excited because I love the premise of this. Is like the idea of Sith hasn't really existed yet, so to have someone come along and like go against the ideas of the Jedi and like try to killing people, which is different to them, but also be fighting against the ideals of the Jedi is interesting to me. So I'm very curious to see where they're gonna take it. And to the people that are complaining, like, oh, they said in episode 1, like, we've never seen a Sith like this before, or whatever it is that they say, it's just like, yeah, because history has a pattern of lying to you. People have a history of hiding history from you. So, like...
It's also shown in those movies, like, in Attack of the Clones, those things are just fucking erased.
Yeah, it happens.
That's like Obi-Wan goes on this whole hunt in, like, Coruscant, or whatever, Camino, whatever it is.
Yeah, I would not put it past the Jedi to, like, hide their history of, like, failing to recognize that, the Sith are building, because that's exactly what happened in the prequels.
Let's talk about the Watchers trailer. Looks fun to me. Interesting.
This is one of those films that I want to go in with as little knowledge as possible.
I'll say the first teaser looks better than the second trailer where it revealed more stuff.
Yeah, this is from Shyamalan's daughter. This is like her, I think her directorial debut. I could be wrong on that.
He's a producer on it still.
Yeah, but I'm very curious to see what she's capable of as a director. I'm excited for this. This looks really interesting. The cast looks great. I'm excited.
Wolverine and Deadpool official trailer we got literally like a day or two. Yesterday?
Yes.
Okay. Anyway, fun. I want to mention a few things. We got to see Wolverine have his sleeves ripped off. I think his arms are ripped off and regrown, personally. Because people forget he also has a healing factor like Deadpool, similar. I would love to see his little baby arms. It'd be really funny. I really, really hope that last shot is them jumping into the endgame battle. That would have been so funny. And
That'd
then
be so much fun.
They get there and it's done. Like, wait, what? I'm very curious as to see what version of Logan this is. Because when his whole world was counted on him and he failed or whatever. Is it the Logan world? Is it Days of Future Past later on in the future when the world's been fixed but not actually fixed? Is it the version of Days of Future Past where it was all fucked? Who knows what this is?
As long as it's not the one from Logan, I'm fine with that.
It easily might be. We'll find out.
Shh, it's not going to be. Don't put that idea in my head.
It looks similar. The vibes look similar.
It really doesn't.
Also, he's in a bar in Canada in the first scene. You can see there's a Canadian flag, I think, and that's fun. It's right. It's his homeland.
His homeland of never having a Canadian accent or saying anything Canadian ever.
Well, he also spent a lot of time in the United States, so I get that a bit. In New York specifically. So let's talk about the wonderful Easter egg of Liefeld's just feet on the wall.
Yeah, you had to explain this to me yesterday because I was not familiar with it.
So if you're not fair, Rob Liefeld created the character Deadpool, and he cannot draw feet. Let me just show you. That's a weird thing to Google right now of Liefeld feet, but I'm showing you this. It's like there's a storefront in this trailer with a sign, and then behind it is the words Liefeld just feet. I'm going to show you this picture of when X-Force cover that Liefeld did. Look for their feet. See what you can find.
They're a little bit covered up and not in existence.
Hey, look. Here's another one. Also covered.
No, there's a foot there.
Do you see it, though? Look how it is. Still very much not in the picture. Very, very covered as much as possible. I'm going to show you this one. A very classic Liefeld Spider-Man one. I mean, there actually are feet. They're just triangles.
Interesting.
This man is known for his pouches and his lack of feet. So I'm excited to see overall. Also, Wolverine does have a mask, and in this movie, it has been revealed already on theater cups, apparently, in some theaters.
He'll probably only wear like once in the movie.
That's upsetting, but we'll see. I'm thinking that the scene where we see him walking out, he might be wearing a mask in that scene. It had him just do a shot with that off, personally. But overall, I'm excited for this movie. Looks really fun. We get to see Azazel in this, in front of Scott Lang's corpse in Giant Man form, as well as Callisto, potentially Caliban, maybe, Ray Park Toad. Like, there's a lot of interesting people in here. And you brought up an interesting question of who will actually be returning as the actors again.
I mean, they might as well have just gotten the actors again. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't.
But overall, these trailers are pretty good, right? Overall. There's one more trailer to talk about, and that's Joker Folie à Deux.
I was when I finished watching, I was just like, God damn it! Now I'm excited to see this.
Because you at first said you did not want a sequel.
I never wanted a sequel to it. I thought the idea of a sequel to the way the movie was is unnecessary. Then I heard that he was making it a musical. I'm like, all right, that's insane. You have me. And then cast Lady Gaga as Harley. I'm like, that's cool. And then I see the trailer, and it's one of the most beautiful looking movies I've seen in quite some time. And I'm like, God damn it, you have me now.
People keep talking about that last shot where it's like the smile in the glass, whatever. And I'm like, it's revolutionary, best shot ever. Like, guys, it's a pretty basic shot, to be honest.
When people are like freaking out about it, I'm like, my God, how dead is cinema literacy?
But overall, this looks really fun. I'm excited to watch it. It looks interesting. I like the first one, which I guess is a hot take now. People are mad. I don't know.
I'm so curious how much my opinion on it has changed in the almost 5 years since that came out. Because, like, when I was 19, I had not seen, like, a ton of movies, and I was not as well versed with, like, any kind of, like, mental stuff as I am now. There's still a lot I don't know, but I'm very curious how much my opinion on it has changed.
Okay, you ready to hear about more DC stuff, though?
Sure.
We're on to our DC section. We are getting an animated movie.
And?
It's the Jurassic League.
Come again?
So James is going to be producing this film with Brian Lynch, who wrote Minions, writing the script. I'm going to show you a picture of this. This is
please.
This is fun. That's the Batman equivalent in Jurassic League.
All right.
It's an ongoing comic series, book by I think Daniel Warren Johnson. It's from 2023. People liked it a lot overall. Here's the Superman equivalent. He's a very large thing. Super Source is his name.
All right.
Look, we could do a whole episode on just Justice League. There's Wonder Woman is a Triceratops. Batman is basically a T-Rex. They're all very interesting creatures, and genuinely, people love them. I think Aquaman the Plesiosaurus or something. It's really fascinating. I think it's really fun. They thought that Super Pets worked, and I figured let's do it again. Sure, I'm down for this.
Yep.
Yeah. Yay. Speaking of supers, Supergirl. You're aware of this character. Craig Gillespie is in talks to direct Supergirl. He previously directed Cruella and I, Tonya, for reference.
Yep.
Are you down for this?
I mean, sure. I think he's a good director. Again, this is kind of like one of those things that I'm like, I feel like, maybe a female director, would be better, but he's not a bad director. I would like to see just more diversity in general when it comes to directing comic book movies. Like, why not have more women direct like male superhero stuff?
Right.
Like, don't hold them to just female superhero stuff.
But also at the same time, it's like, do you want to hire a woman just because it's a woman character? Like, so it's like maybe just like have everyone be directing everything,
I think it's like it's one of those things, and like I've thought about this a lot, where like you don't necessarily have to be from the same demographic to be able to tell the story effectively of whoever it is that's doing it.
Also, she's an alien.
Yeah, that too. But like you don't have to be, but there is also like it helps because that demographic better from your own experience. But we've seen like with Spielberg with like The Color Purple, like that was a very well made movie. And then there was another one like Killers of the Flower Moon. Scorsese, did not lack at all when it came to telling the Osage's story.
I think what helps is authenticity and like intention.
Yeah.
Have consultants, ask questions, be willing to put your own ego out of the way and just tell a story that needs to be told, however it needs to be told. If he's the best person for the job, great. If he's not, get someone else. That's kind of how it comes down to.
Yeah. But I think there's still definitely a conversation to be had about giving more opportunities to female directors and directors of color.
Absolutely. I think honestly you could give most of the DCU now to female directors because there are a lot of fantastic ones. Like imagine if imagine a Wachowski's version of Supergirl. How crazy that could be.
That'd be so crazy. I would be so down for that.
That'd be so cool, right? And also the movie takes place like in an alien jungle. So like imagine that with their style. So you know what? I'm still getting to say yes, I think he's a good director, but I would be curious to see what else can be done with other directors as well.
Yeah.
We have Joker 2 news besides the trailer. We got the first poster of them like dancing in the moonlight together. Fun. It will be apparently a jukebox musical and will include 15 covers of very well-known songs. One of the covers will be of That's Entertainment. I'm hoping that Gaga has some original songs in it.
Yeah,
personally.
it seems very weird to cast Gaga and not have her do one original song.
Also, it'll be rated R for some strong violence, language throughout, some sexuality, and brief full nudity.
Ooh, do we get to see Joker penis?
The Joker dick? Will he paint it white? With a little smile?
It honestly makes me very happy to hear there's going to be 15 songs in this. It's been a while since we've got a proper movie musical with a lot of songs in it.
I mean, yeah, I'm very curious as to who brief full nudity is of.
It'll probably just be like a background actor.
It's of De Niro coming back from the grave.
Oh no.
Although last one's, I think it's interesting because the last one isn't much in the idea of a fantasy of him being this big comedy star. Now it feels like it's a fantasy of him being a musical star. So I'm very curious, like, what the musical part of this will really be. How much will be real, how much won't. I'm very curious to see that.
I'm also curious about because it doesn't seem like they're making Harley a psychiatrist in this. Like they're making her another, or that's how it seems. It seems like they're making her another patient. So that's a curious change, and I'm curious to see where it goes.
Karen Gillan, or is it Gillan or Gillan?
I think it's Gillan.
I think it's Gillan. Says she's interested in playing Poison Ivy in James Gunn's DCU. She also wants to portray the relationship between Ivy and Harley in live action. Sure.
Fine by me.
Sure. I have nothing against her. I think she's cool. Yay.
I wonder if they'll keep Margot for.
I hope not. Give us a fresh start on everything. Also, maybe cast a Jewish actor because Harley's very Jewish.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And it's never happened. A lot of superhero characters are Jewish who were never ever put on screen as Jewish actors.
Oh, neat.
James Gunn says Peacemaker Season 1 is not canon to the DCU, but Season 2 will take place after the events of Superman. We'll see how this shakes out.
Yeah, it's just like
I think it's an excuse to bring everyone back from Season 1 and also have the same intro again.
I want them to keep that same intro. I don't want it to change.
It's so bizarre.
I love it. It's great.
I've seen the first few episodes of Peacemaker now, and I've also seen the ending of it with you. So,
well, you were like half watching it. You weren't really paying attention.
I need to fill in the middle still.
You had no context with what was happening.
I knew there were bugs. Anyway, I don't know how to give this a yay or nay. I'm confused by it.
Yeah, it makes me curious as to like what's gonna happen because like the way season 1 ends with certain events, I'm like, are those events gonna carry over, or are they just hitting the reset button?
I think it's probably. What I hope happens is that only Peacemaker remembers the old timeline.
God, that'd be hilarious.
And he's like, "What are you all talking about?
Batman's supposed to kill. What do you mean he doesn't kill?
What happened to Batmite?" Superman news, and not Superman Legacy news. It's now been renamed to Superman, as we're aware, and we have news of this movie. First off, the renaming. Are you cool with being called a Superman now?
I kind of wish it kept it as Superman Legacy.
I am curious to see this though, because like in terms of the name change, because there's so many other characters in this, so it's not just Superman. So I wonder why it is changed. Like, also, I think Legacy does imply that there's a next person. A lot of people, I think it might get confusing of what they're going into then. But I don't know. I'm excited. We also get the first logo look. What do you think of it?
It's cool.
Cool. First off, that first logo look was February 29th, for the record.
My God.
But on top of that, we have casting now for the wonderful Perry White. Wendell Pierce is playing him. Cool. Yay. No notes.
Nope.
We also got Ma Kent and Pa Kent, a.k.a. Martha. Yay. We got Pruitt. Taylor Vince is playing Pa Kent. I've not seen anything, but like he gives Kansas dad vibes.
Cool.
And Neva Howell has been cast as Martha Kent. I think also the fact that I have not seen either of these actors in anything is a good thing. Like, yeah, I liked having like Diane Lane and Kevin Costner, but like also they were big stars still. So it's nice having some people in this movie who are not huge.
Yeah.
People are like, what happens? Why is there no A-list? It's all cooked from here. It's going to be terrible. I'm like, first off, Nicholas Hoult is a huge star.
Like, this movie has many big stars in it.
But it's good having people who can just have more opportunities, especially for older actors. So, yay. And maybe I'm an idiot and I just haven't seen them and stuff. Like, there probably have been stuff I might have seen, but like they do not ring a bell for me personally at this point. Is that our DC news? That's our DC news, Josh.
Whoa.
We're on to our Marvel. Also for DC, I'm happy that it was tame. Since James Gunn's taken over and now he put out a plan, it's been tame.
It's been far more calm than it's been in the past.
So we have numerous things about potentially the Spider-Man 4 starring Tom Holland. So apparently, according to the Insider, Zendaya will return as MJ in Spider-Man 4.
I'm so mixed up. I'm so mixed
Hold
on
on.
this.
Wait for the rest of the news still.
Okay.
Spider-Man 4 is looking to begin filming in September or October, and Justin Lin is one of the names in the mix to direct the film, as you might know from Fast and the Furious.
Okay.
And also, there is concept art of Tom Holland Spider-Man fighting Ezekiel Sims in Madam Web, meaning that at one point, he was going to be in that movie.
I don't think he ever was. I think that was to get people to sign on to it, to trick them into being in it. Because they're like, look, this is like here's some concept that we have for the movie of like things that are going to happen in it. Like,
oh, that's a good point.
I don't think he was ever supposed to be in it.
Okay, so thoughts on MJ coming back and maybe Justin Lin directing?
MJ coming back is something I am incredibly conflicted on, because like in the grand scheme of like the Spider-Man, lore and universe and whatnot, I think that him and MJ are always destined to be together. So for them to find their way back together again could be interesting to see.
It doesn't also mean dating. It means that she's in the movie.
Yeah, and they have great chemistry together. I like seeing the two of them together. But if it like immediately like starts out like she instantly remembers or something like that, I'm gonna hate it, because that completely undoes the emotions of No Way Home's ending.
I mean, to be fair, Far From Home got a lot of that stuff got like erased pretty fast in No Way Home. Sorry, the other way around. In the end of Homecoming, with a lot of stuff from Homecoming got erased at the end, like the "what the fuck" moment from Aunt May. It's just okay, we're besties now.
Well, that also had multiple years of time, though. There's a complete difference.
We don't know how long it's going to take place apart.
Many years.
Maybe at this point, it'll actually take place with Tom Holland's actual age now. That'd be interesting.
I would like to see Spider-Man be like an actual adult outside of college. I don't think they're going to jump that far ahead in the future.
I mean, well, Far From Home, No Way Home took place back to back.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that he was still like...
But it was
18.
But it was still 2023.
19.
And most
it's
MCU
confusing.
I know it's confusing, but as far as I'm aware, most MCU stuff is still in like 2023, 2024.
I don't know how true that is now. I want a new timeline book or something.
Yeah, it's whatever. But yeah, I'm mixed on it.
Justin Lin, though.
I think this could be good. I think that he's really good.
His action is fun.
Yeah, he's a great action director, and stuff like Furious 7, he's really good at delivering like emotions and stuff, same as humor. I think that this could work. I just hope that he gets a good enough script.
We have a Daredevil news, which is kind of similar to Spider-Man, so I'm going with it. So, Isla Zurer will return as Vanessa Fisk from the original Daredevil show in Daredevil Born Again. She was originally recast for this show, prior to the creative reboot happened, and now that since they've done the whole revamping of the whole show, she's being brought back. Probably a scheduling thing, honestly.
No, I think the people from Loki that are making it now are just like, yeah, no, all this new shit. Nah, let's actually give the fans what they want and stuff that makes sense.
That's fair, but I give this a yay. I guess I haven't finished Daredevil still original.
You fool!
But I watched the first 2 seasons and I didn't like season 2 that much. So
it's season 2 really holds up, because I rewatched that like I think 2 years ago, and it's still really good.
I like the first half season 2.
Oh, the first 4 episodes with Punisher is top tier television. That is some amazing stuff.
Half. I didn't like the second half, but that's just me.
But yeah, I'm very happy this like they're actually like doing what the fans want, that actually like makes sense, and just keeping it in how it was with the original series. I'm excited.
I give the Spider-Man 4 potential news an overall yay. I'm interested. Have you watched X-Men 97 so far?
Yes, I have been.
So we are 6 episodes in. I have not seen a single episode yet, besides seeing 5 minutes of one episode. And I overall am already enjoying what I've seen. I've read a little bit some spoilers, but I know what the comic's based on, so I'm excited to watch it and sit down and just... My plan is when it's all out to sit down and binge it all.
No, don't do that. You're gonna get stuff spoiled.
Okay, fine. I'll watch 1 episode.
No.
You want me to see episode 5, don't you?
Yes.
So everyone's talking about.
So it's so good.
I'll try and watch it soon. But I'm excited for this show. I love that it's making people like Scott again, which is cool.
Yeah, the movies never did him any justice whatsoever. So for me to like watch this, it was revolutionary to see Scott as an actual likable person with a character. It was great. I loved it.
It's cool seeing him use his powers actually as concussive blasts, which is awesome.
Yeah,
which is what it always has been.
I still need to watch the original series that
You
this is
should.
continuing, but everything I've seen from this is fantastic. It's so good.
Let's talk about Ninja Turtles, which is I think technically under the Marvel brand still for comics. So or DC, I don't know. It's a middle ground. Put under Marvel anyway. We're getting a live action R-rated Ninja Turtles movie based on the last Ronin comics. Cool.
I mean, cool for the last Ronin. I don't know how to feel about it being rated R. Like that's.
I mean that makes sense. Have you read it?
I've had it since Christmas. I've read the first few pages.
Okay. It's also Ninja Turtles like are originally very R-rated and dark. So like I'm fine with this. I'm excited to see what's going to happen. It allows them to be free with it. Even if it's just Raptors cursing, whatever, sure.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to say the least.
Also, maybe they'll all be 18 instead of like 15. You know, they could be the upper ends of teenagers. But I'm excited for this overall. I think it's a really cool story, and I'm excited to see what happens with this. Yay.
Yay.
Now, Josh, we have some CinemaCon stuff that happened. Thunderbolts logo. The new one, again. This time with an asterisk at the end.
It's just that kind of confirms me. Well, they're gonna pull the Suicide Squad. I know that for a fact now.
You think so?
Oh, 100%. They're gonna be killing off some of the lesser ones. Like I think Taskmaster's gonna die. I think Ghost is gonna die. Like the ones that like no one really cares about that much, they're gonna kill off pretty quickly. That's gonna happen.
Kevin Feige said we will not talk about the asterisk until after release.
Yeah, so they're gonna be killing off people. That's why it has the asterisk.
What would the asterisk mean then? To you, genuinely,
like the amount of like people that are in it, like Thunderbolts, like we're a group, and it'll probably go down to one person.
So Thunderbolt,
yeah,
that'd be funny. Cap 4 news. I'm still not gonna watch it because Sabra's still in it. Also, they apparently changed Sabra from Israeli soldier to a CIA soldier. That does not change what actually has happened with the character.
It makes me curious though, like how much are they gonna change? Like the character to fit with everything that's been happening recently, because like if they make Sabra a bad guy, that's different. I don't know if that necessarily makes it good though.
Good or not, I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, you got the first clip of Captain America: Brave New World, and it shows apparently Harrison Ford as Thunderbolt Ross wanting to restart the Avengers, but disagreeing with Sam Wilson how to do everything. Interesting idea of like an official like we gotta get this team together again.
Yeah. Because it does make sense, because like everyone's been off doing their own things.
We also got our first look at Cap 4. I'll show you this. I don't know if you've seen the picture or not yet. It's Thunderbolt Ross, still mustacheless, unfortunately, with Sam Wilson in a very like dark suit.
I really wish they kept the same suit.
Right? Why? We had the classic Sam Wilson Captain America costume, and they just like got rid of it.
I mean, from the side, this doesn't look bad, but like, man, his suit from the show is so good.
I do like the lighting in this shot.
Yeah. Will that be how the lighting is in the movie? Probably not.
Who knows? I do think that wonderful Ross here will be president.
I thought they've already said that he is.
He is confirmed? Okay.
Yeah.
Because he has Air Force One. I didn't know who's for sure. Okay. Sure. Yay. Whatever. I don't know. Nay for Sabra.
It's gonna be like one of those things where it's like I won't know what to do about the film until like it comes out and we know exactly what's up with this character. Because if she's just a soldier on the CIA and then that's all her character is, it just makes me go, then why use her at all?
Why have the name? Why have that? Why have that at all? It doesn't.
She probably isn't even gonna go by Sabra. I'm gonna call it here. She probably isn't gonna be Sabra. It's just they're like, we need a character. Let's pull this one. Again, I'm completely speculating here. I could be completely wrong.
You mean like how Peggy Carter was a Nazi and they changed that for no reason and made her a weird person?
Exactly. Marvel has a history of just pulling characters and just changing them.
Sam Raimi says he would love to direct Avengers Secret Wars. He said they haven't asked me to do it. I hope they do. Sure.
After seeing Spider-Man 2, I'm just like, you idiots are dumb. He's right there. Take the man. Let him cook. My God, let the man cook.
I am not the biggest Raimi trilogy fan. I know we've watched it before many times. I'm seeing Crayon 2 tonight because I'm excited to see it again in theaters. But like, oh, actually for the first time in theaters probably. But overall, I'm happy with this idea. I don't love Multiverse Madness, but I don't think it's not at all a direction issue to me.
No,
those were all script issues to me. So like, I'm fine with this.
Raimi is such a good director, and I think like this could be like
the eyeball shots.
This could be the like most visually astounding Avengers movie. The action could be incredible. There's so many amazing things that could happen. But my God, if they just go with like, here's an indie director we're gonna make to make our big Avengers movie, I'm like, okay,
that's not a problem necessarily.
Yeah, but that gives them a lot more like control. They're like, you have to do what we say because you don't know what to do with effects and stuff like this, because that's why they do it.
Right. And our last piece of Marvel news is where the people got angry about for no goddamn reason. Julia Garner has been cast as a female Herald of Galactus Silver Surfer in Fantastic Four. She's playing Shala Bal, not Norrin Rad, who is the traditional Silver Surfer. In the mainline 616 universe of comic books, Shala Bal is the wife of Norrin Rad. I'm pretty sure. Well, the top comment on this is you can't even ride a surfboard anymore because woke. Like, oh god, everyone's just mad about everything right now.
It's just like with this, at this point, it's either the people complaining about it are either completely stupid and really don't know at all what they're talking about when it comes to comics, or they're done hiding their misogynistic asses. It could also be both.
First off, this will 100% be an alternate universe at this point. Have you seen the poster, like the 4/4 day they did with Johnny Storm?
Yes.
It's like the city in the background is clearly not New York City. It's like a retro 60s vibe.
Well, I mean, if it takes place in the 60s, it'd be different.
No. I mean, like it looks like it's futuristic. It's like the Jetsons kind of style.
Oh.
Like pull the picture. Look up that picture. It's in the corner on the bottom right hand corner. You can zoom in that city. It is clearly looks like very much Jetson style.
Oh,
Everyone's
yeah.
everything is playing alternate Earth. And if it isn't alternate Earth, then sure. Why do you even care it's a woman playing Silver Surfer?
Because they can't handle women. They scared of them. They won't sex them, so they're just like, I hate women now. I'm probably gonna cut that out.
Oh god, yeah, I think she's a good actress, and I'm excited to see what happens with this character. Also, I think this is a testing ground because, like, hey, it's an alternate universe. How do y'all like our Shala Bal Silver Surfer? Do you like her? She'll be the mainline one. If you don't, we'll have Norrin Rad in the future.
I think having Silver Surfer in this, like at this point, I think Galactus is going to be the villain of the movie. And from what I know,
already been I think confirmed.
Oh yeah,
at this point.
And like I'm fine with that. I don't think Galactus needs to be a villain that you have to build up because he's giant. There's only so much you can do with that kind of character.
Yes, I think that overall this is a good casting. I'm excited for it. My question is, will she be bald? Will she have her normal hair is curly? Will it be silver curls? Will it be like one like Lego headpiece, which is silver? What are we gonna do with the hair, bud? Will it be a motion capture outfit? Will it be like just some Doug Jones stuff where it's just take on the full physicality? I'm very curious to see how the actual look of this will be. Yay. I love this. I'm excited for it. Also, like, who cares? At the end of the day, it's just who cares?
Legitimately,
who is a Norrin Rad fan?
Who is this deep of a fan of Silver Surfer?
Get
this unrealistically mad about this, there is no reason to other than you just hate women.
Like, I genuinely think that this is a great casting, a great actor. They got a good pull. This movie seems so cool at this point. If it seems like it's an alternate universe, Jetson style, fun 60s vibe. They already said it's based on issues 48, 49, 50 of Fantastic Four, which I have read. It's the introduction of Silver Surfer and Galactus in those comics. Look, Josh, read those. They're great. And it's so fascinating. And, like, Silver Surfer is this like, galaxy brain kind of guy. Thinking about, like, he's a family man who has this, like, very Shakespearean view and everything and looking at people. And it's such a cool concept, and it's such a genderless concept. Also, he has the Kendall. There's no genitals. Why does it matter?
Because it doesn't fulfill their fantasies. It's just like, oh, I could look cool riding a surfboard, silver and naked.
What?
Look, man, these people are weird. They have weird fantasies.
I don't understand. I just... No one is a Norrin Rad fan.
at this point, it really does come down to they have built this idea in their minds that women hate nerds and comic books and stuff like that. And so it translates to them hating women because they never talked to me because I was a nerd, so I don't like women.
What's the funniest part of this to me is that Shia LaBeouf as Silver Surfer isn't a new thing. This isn't a gender-bent version of Nora as Silver Surfer. This is a character who has already existed and has been a Silver Surfer Herald of Galactus before. People always say, oh yeah, don't gender-bend people, bring in new characters or find other ones who already existed. They're doing that! They're doing that exact thing you wanted them to do!
It's like Miles being Spider-Man. Like, he's Spider-Man, but he's a completely different character. It's the same goddamn thing!
Moving on?
Yes, please.
Okay. The Sims movie!
The what?
We're getting a live-action Sims movie produced by Lucky Chat Productions, which is Margot Robbie's production house, with Kate Herron directing it. Sure. I'm excited to see. I want to have this be a meta take where we have, like, you can see like a horror movie. We have someone just swimming in a pool. All of a sudden, the ladder's just gone. They're going to drown. We see there's someone just messing with Sims. We see all of a sudden someone cannot stop cooking 1,000 different eggs for hours. And like, what's going on in my arms?
Honestly, that would be a really funny movie. I would love that. But I swear to God, if they don't speak the inane gibberish, then what's the point?
Simlish?
Yes, if they don't speak Simish, then what's the point?
So, fun fact about that language, it is a real language that has like actual like words, like surrogates in their language back and forth, like English to them.
Interesting.
So, like, when they had singers come do their versions of songs in Simlish and stuff, like Katy Perry has sung before her songs in Simlish, they've had it like written down all the lyrics, and it's phonetic. You actually could read it out loud.
Huh. Interesting.
I love that. Also, speaking of Margot Robbie producing things based on games, we're also getting a Monopoly movie produced by Margot Robbie.
If this is not an effective destruction of the concept of capitalism, then what is the point?
Because that's what the game was designed as. It was designed because she made two games. It was a Monopoly, and then I think it was like a communism or socialism kind of game, showing how different systems work and showing how players benefit from them. And I was like, oh, I hate Monopoly. It's awful. It's like, yes, that was the point.
That's capitalism, baby.
Baby. And so I'm excited to see how this goes. That's also not me necessarily promoting socialism or communism. I'm on the record, currently indifferent right now on this podcast. In private, who the fuck knows? I'm just saying that she has made multiple game boards that were designed different ways.
All we know is that capitalism is bad and was designed to fuck everyone over.
We're getting a Mario 2.
The animated one?
Yeah.
I mean, that was kind of inevitable.
What do you think, though? Yay or nay?
I'm good with that not existing.
Okay, cool. I give it an A as well. Anyway, moving on. We have a casting for a Out of the Blue Among Us series.
Random. I'm so curious what this will be like.
I'm going to go down the cast. We have colors orange, purple, white, yellow, lime, cyan, green, brown, blue, red, and black, all been cast. Great. We have Yvette Nicole Brown, Ashley Johnson, Patton Oswalt, Deborah Wilson, Wayne Knight, Kamiko Glenn, Elijah Wood, Phil Lamar, Dan Stevens, Randall Park, and Liv Henson. What is this cast?
I'm honestly really happy, though, they're getting some actual voice actors.
Like Phil Lamar and stuff, yeah.
Like Phil Lamar, Ashley Johnson, like people that have done extensive voice acting stuff. That
kind
makes
of
me
Patton
happy.
Oswalt at this point.
I'd say Patton Oswalt is a voice actor.
Yeah. So that makes me really happy. And it's a good mix of trying to make the balance of you want to get the stars for the name, but you also want to give people, the voice actors, a chance to use their career correctly. Yay.
Yay.
Rise of Hydra. This is a game coming out. People are going off about the graphics in it. It's called Marvel 1943 Rise of Hydra. It's like, isn't it T'Chaka's father?
Yeah, it's during World War II, so it's
or grandfather.
I think it's T'Challa's father. I think, or
you mean T'Chaka's father?
Probably, most likely.
T'Challa's dad is T'Chaka, and he would not be.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be T'Chaka's father or grandfather at this point, and I'm fine with that. And the visuals do look stunning from the clip we got.
It's stunning, but this leads to what I think is detrimental to the video game industry today, because these graphics
Where's
are
style?
Yeah, style. And then B, the cost. Like, yes, it looks incredible. It is amazing that we are capable of animating stuff that looks this good and this realistic. But when you look at the cost,
Do you think this will be how the gameplay is?
no, not at all. I think that this is because game companies do this. They make like these really highly detailed trailers to like build up hype and give you teases of the story. I do not think this is what the final game is going to look like, and I do not think this is what it's going to be representative of the gameplay, because this is just kind of standard of how that goes.
I mean, isn't like Ghost of Tsushima like this style, like this highly detailed look?
Ghost of Tsushima, not so much. More so like The Last of Us Part 2. Like, I love those games to death. I love how great they look, how realistic they are. I think that pushing this stuff is good, but it leads to a big problem where every game now has to do this. But because every game is trying to do this, it costs so much more money and it takes so much more time to do so. And when that cost goes up, you can't do as many games as you once were able to. And when you have a budget of like over $300 million and you only sell like 2 million copies of the game, you're not going to reach that budget. And like, it could, lead to layoffs. It could lead to studios shutting down. Like, yes, this stuff is cool, but we can't forget that style is important and why so many like indie games and indie studios survive, because they don't try to reach these kind of highs. So like, yes, I loved high detail, but there has to be a limit.
It reminds me of like how all the superhero games now look so boring and generic. They have no style to me. Like, we got Spider-Man 1 and 2, the Miles game, the Wolverine game, I think the New Blade game, and they all look like they could be set in the same just regular New York City.
Yeah.
Give me some, like, and a Blade game should not feel bland.
Yeah, like there's a Hellboy game that came out last year that was in the style of one of the comic book runs, and it looks incredible because of that. Like, yeah, it's not super highly detailed, but it doesn't need to be. Like,
right.
Like
Look at Minecraft.
Yeah, like Telltale's games all have their own distinct styles and feels to them. They're not trying to mimic one another. They're doing their own thing, and it worked for them. But of course, they were making too much, which is a whole other issue. But I would love for some more style, though.
So, moving on from that, we do have more video game-ish news. That's Keanu Reeves has been cast as Shadow the Hedgehog in the new Sonic 3 movie.
No notes. Perfect. Give him the gun. Kill that child that everyone's. Give him the gun. Kill the child that everyone says is gonna die, and we'll have a good movie. Apparently.
I'm gonna put this on TikTok out of context.
Please.
Yeah, I'm excited for this casting. I think it's funny because we also know in these movies, Sonic is a fan of Keanu Reeves based on the first movie. So that's even funnier. I want there to be a joke like, you sound like Keanu Reeves, my favorite actor ever. It'd be fun. And our last news today is about the Minecraft movie. First off, it has wrapped filming now, and it is live action. Well, it was for like 3 months, something like that.
All right.
Here's a set photo we got. Look at this. It is a Minecraft tree they built.
Now I'm even more curious now.
So it was like it looks pretty good for what it is. Like even the leaves are cubes.
Are they gonna put Jack Black in a Steve suit?
Look at the second picture. Like from a distance, that looks really good.
It does look like it's from Minecraft.
It looks pretty good. Like and this is clearly like, this doesn't look like it's a soundstage either. That's what I'm confused about. So if you look at the first photo, this looks like it's some. I'm so confused where this is.
I mean, that could just be like where they're holding like props and stuff. I don't think that's the actual set.
Yeah, I'm excited for this overall. I am confused by it still, but excited. I have more Minecraft news with it though, and that's a quote from Jack Black, who is playing Steve. He said the movie will be a new kind of blockbuster, and he said, "Don't panic. The comedy of the movie will be much better crafted than that." You get it? Because blockbusting, and also that reveals it's a comedy.
I mean, I kind of expected it to be.
I had no idea what it was going to be actually. I didn't think it'd be like a horror, but I didn't know what the actual vibe of the movie would be. Knowing there's comedy is good. Also, better crafted is also funny.
What if it's about Jason Momoa going insane and he thinks the world around him is turning into Minecraft?
What the fuck? He's playing a full first Joker movie where everything's just in his head.
Exactly.
Oh god. Okay.
He's played too much Minecraft.
You know what? Whatever. I'm gonna say yay. I'm excited to see what happens, and I'm curious.
I'm so curious.
Josh, you know what it's time for?
You yell at me.
That's not yet. So this is our subject. Yep, brain stopped working. This is our topic called Super Weird Stories, which we're finally bringing back after like probably a month at this point.
I think it's been longer than that.
We haven't recorded a month, so I mean a month worth of episodes at this point. So this is a topic where I know something, and Josh hopefully doesn't know this thing.
I probably
and blind
don't.
reacts. This is where I talk about something involving superheroes, comic books, or anything related in that realm of things, and then have Josh blind react to it. There could be weird stories, it could be awful, they could be curious, fun, lighthearted, plot problematic, whatever it is, and just sharing a fun or weird fact about superheroes and comic books. Let's talk about Malcolm. Are you familiar with the name Malcolm?
I know Malcolm in the Middle.
That's not the same thing, but I respect the hustle. I don't know what that means by that, but okay. I'm going to send you a picture now, and I want you to guess a few things. Okay? Here's a superhero character. Describe what they look like.
It looks like a mixture of Cyclops and Cable.
Okay. So what do you think, what team are they related to?
Well, I would assume the X-Men because of the yellow and blue, and he's got an M over his eye, which means that he's from the bad future. I know that.
Yep.
And he's got
That's
one.
all correct.
I think, is he a child of Scott?
Hold on, let me see.
Shouldn't you know this? You're telling me.
Yeah. Hold on. Not to my knowledge. Don't think so. Why? Just curious?
No, it gave off the vibes of, like, being related to him because of, like, laser eyes. He's got something over his eye that, could be a blaster for it.
Oh, it's not. No, nothing to do with that.
Oh, okay. It looks like is something coming out of his back?
Genuinely unclear at this point.
Interesting. Okay,
it looks like I think it's Bishop's hand behind him. So his creators are created by John Byrne and Wiles Portacio. His first appearance was Uncanny X-Men, number 282, and he died in Uncanny X-Men number 287.
That was short.
He's had other appearances, I'm pretty sure. Don't worry, because all comic books do that. So what do you think his powers... Also, this segment today was inspired by Nikhil Clayton. He did a video on this character and made me want to do a deep dive. So thank you, Nikhil, for your fun wisdom on random characters in X-Men. So, Malcolm, what do you think his superhero name is?
Blaster Man.
He doesn't have one. He goes by Malcolm.
All right. Original.
In battle, he's still just Malcolm. He has no last name either. He's just Malcolm.
Good for him.
Like Zendaya or Beyonce. Malcolm. Okay, and then also, we have more fun facts about him. According to this, his hair is blonde, his eyes are brown. Fun fact. He has the tattoo of an M over his eye, which, of course, you already know he's from a bad boy future. But what are his powers?
Doesn't involve lasers.
Sort of. He has wrist-mounted blasters.
Okay.
So it's not actually powers, but his only power is the dumbest power in the world. Malcolm has a power called genetic scan, which sounds cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just on his own. He possesses a mental radar, enabling him to detect the presence of humans in his vicinity.
I feel like it would be a bit more useful if he could tell if mutants were in his vicinity, since there's far less of them than humans.
Although here's the thing, he cannot directly identify the presence of mutants, as first line on here. He can recognize someone as not baseline human if they fail to register on his scans. That's it. There could be mutant, there could be Spider-Man. What is the vibe of baseline human? Isn't that amazing?
Man, I feel bad for him.
He does look pretty buff, though.
I mean,
right?
Yeah, most superheroes have to be.
Why does he have a chin strap? What is it? So yes, his genetic capability is a human near me? Which, living on Earth, doesn't seem very helpful, does it? Maybe if you're lost in the woods and help, is someone here? Maybe someone's near me. So he's a member of an idol-rich mutant family in the years after the fall of the Sentinel mutant camps. He chose to join the XSE in order to prove himself above and beyond his family's wealth. Assigned to Bishop's unit, his commander was initially reluctant to babysit a rich donor's pup until Malcolm showed off the fire in his belly. That's a fun way to phrase that.
All right.
Along with Bishop's other pick, Randall. Yes, another character just by one name. The three became the Omega Squad. This is all very 90s, isn't it? Malcolm and Randall didn't always work well together. The strict by-the-book Malcolm clashed with the free-spirited Maverick Randall until the massacre of Harmony Base. Malcolm's brother, Donald Bane, that's a better name than Malcolm, was part of the commune, and his death brought the squad mates closer together. The three became good friends, and Bishop turned down promotions to continue to work with them. The trio followed Trevor Fitzroy and a number of other criminals through a portal where they encountered the X-Men. Bishop, Malcolm, and Randall later found the remaining criminals in a bar. In the ensuing firefight, Malcolm and Randall were killed, sacrificing themselves to protect Bishop. Malcolm's last words were, "Sir, you're too important, ... That is the character of Malcolm.
What a great life he lived.
He was rich and then got into a Omega Squad, then died. I like how in his power, in his history, they don't even bring up his powers being useful at any point.
Because how is it useful?
So again, I can't. Josh describing this guy as a crossing Cable and Cyclops doesn't give quite enough justice to say. He has a scarf, first off, because why wouldn't you? Kind of maybe weird chest rip thing, or maybe just coloring, who knows? A mullet, big giant arms and legs. His thighs look bigger than his arms. He has a chin strap and something on his eye. I don't know how the eye proves useful, but it has maybe a scope to see people far away, like a binocular, is my guess. Anyway, that's Malcolm. He's born. His place of death was New York City. He's from Earth 1190. Well, his reality is Earth 1191 because they needed the portal to our Earth where he met the X-Men, and that's about it. He was from 91 to 92. Josh, thoughts on Malcolm?
Rest in peace, my man Malcolm. He got taken too soon from us. They never saw how you were the strongest of them all.
Bring Malcolm into the MCU. Bring Malcolm into Deadpool 3.
People will just be like, who was this man?
All right. Thank you all for listening to this episode. Josh, where can people find you online?
I'm at places. I'm on YouTube at Josh Rudolph. I'm on Instagram, J_Rudy16, Twitter, J_Rudy28, and Letterboxd at NerdForFilm28.
You can find me on Twitter at The Theater Nerd or Instagram and TikTok, while we still have TikTok, at That Nerd in Theater. You can find the show on TikTok at GeekSpeak Pod, I think, or GeekSpeak Podcast. You'll find it pretty fast. We also are on Twitter at GeekSpeak Pod, and you can find our hashtag GeekSpeak Pod. We'll find you that way easier. And you can email the show at podgeekspeak@gmail.com, or you can join our Discord down below to vote on polls, talk to us directly, etc. Get updates in real time, and have a say and influence on how the show gets run. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. Sorry for the delay. We'll be back hopefully next week with potentially hundreds of beavers. Josh, thoughts?
Yes. Woo, go Beavers.
Bye.